And Michelle hit me the other day. I was so nice to her. Out of respect, I was so nice. She hit me the other day. I was going to say to my people, am I allowed to hit her now? They said, take it easy, sir. Sir, take it easy. My geniuses, I'm telling you, they said, just take it easy. Oh, what do you mean? She said bad about me. I can't hit back. Sir, you're winning. Just relax. Is that good advice? Is that good or bad advice? I think it's neutral. You know what the response is there? It's like, nah. What do the ladies from North Carolina think about hit back or just relax? Huh? Oh, they say hit back. You say hit back. I'd actually love to hit back, but we'll hold it a little while. We'll hold it. I'd love to hit back, but
Donald Trump is more furious than ever in the final days of this campaign, and it is because he feels the pressure. Donald Trump isn't running for president. He is running to stay out of prison, and so he is more aggrieved and more out of control than ever, knowing what his fate will be if he loses this election, and that is why he is lashing out at one specific individual who lives rentree in his head, and that is Michelle Obama, who delivered an incredible takedown of Donald Trump that has him so angry that his handlers desperately had to try to stop him from threatening her on stage, and yet he still went forward with it because Donald Trump is losing his mind, and we are going to get into that all. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and we are so close to 50,000 subscribers. Just need your support now. Like I said, Donald Trump, so angry with an incredible take-on that Michelle Obama delivered of him. So before we get into Donald Trump and his handlers, and of course his crazy attack on Michelle Obama, let's hear a little bit of that speech.
There are a lot of good reasons for us to still have hope, y'all. Because, as Kamala said the other night, it doesn't have to be this way, y'all. In this election, we have the chance to start moving beyond this decade of dangerous upside-down thinking, beyond the constant buzz of rancor and hate, and do that work of building a more vibrant and inclusive America. Yet we can do that only if we elect a president who has all of our best interests at heart. Someone with the character and strength and intellect to lead us through all the very real challenges we face. Someone who can ignite the open, inclusive spirit of the next generation. Someone who can reaffirm all those things we tell them, that everyone is important, that the future is something not to be feared but embraced. And we can do that only if we do everything we can these last 3 days to make sure that the next person sitting in the Oval Office is our friend Kamala Harris. Presidency will positively and profoundly affect all of our lives. Instead of someone who's only in it for themselves, we will have a president who's in it for you. Instead of someone who'd accelerate the dismantling of our women's reproductive health system, we will have a president who believes in our freedom to make decisions about our own bodies. Instead of a criminal and an abuser, we can have a president who has prosecuted lawbreakers and protected victims. Instead of someone who cozies up to dictators and denies elections, we will have a president who will work to strengthen and expand our democracy and do it all with warmth, joy, and grace. And the most profound and irreversible impacts of a Kamala Harris presidency will be felt by our children and grandchildren. As I said before, they deserve a leader who serves as an example of the absolute best America has to offer. They deserve someone they can respect and emulate, someone who will teach them compassion, empathy, and accountability, someone who doesn't make themselves feel big by making others feel small, someone who invites them in to experience all the beauty and possibility of this country. Pennsylvania, our children deserve to grow up with the extraordinary leadership of Kamala Harris. On every measure, ability to do the job, life experience, moral behavior, Kamala emphatically shows us that she is the president this country needs right now. Because in this moment, with so many folks hurting, with so much going on in this country and in this world, we need a president with the spine and the heart to help us all regain some steadiness. Someone who gives us the chance to wipe away the grime that has been spewed all over us, to look again with clear eyes and see the good, decent, big-hearted America we've always known. Pennsylvania, that is our hope and that is our duty.
There couldn't be a clear contrast in this race. And Michelle Obama, as always, making that case so well, talking about the very clear difference and not just the policy goals of these two individuals in Vice President Harris and Donald Trump, but the character that matters so much in this race and the lack of character that Donald Trump demonstrated when he was attacking Michelle Obama. And he admitted that his handlers wanted him to stop because of course they did. These threats are ridiculous. Just check this out.
Countries weren't accepting him back until I came. You know, with Barack Hussein Obama, I call him the Great Divider. He's the Great Divider. And he hit me. Oh, and Michelle hit me. I was so nice to her. Out of respect, I was so nice. She hit me the other day. I was going to say to my people, am I allowed to hit her now? They said, take it easy, sir. Sir, take it easy. My geniuses, I'm telling you, they said, just take it easy. Oh, what do you mean? She said bad about me. I can't hit back. Sir, you're winning. Just relax. Is that good advice? Is that good or bad advice? I think it's neutral. You know what the response is there? It's like, nah. What do the ladies from North Carolina think about hit back or just relax? Huh? Oh, they say hit back. You say hit back. I'd actually love to hit back, but we'll hold it a little while. We'll hold it. I'd love to hit back, but... Oh, no, she took some shots at me the other day. I said, whoa, what have we here? I'd never heard that before. I've always treated her very nicely. But he's the Great Divider. Barack Hussein Obama, he's a great divider.
He continues to say he wants to hit back, and he's not going to do it now, but he's going to do it later. What does that sound like to you? It sounds like Donald Trump's same old threat that he wants to go after his political enemies, and for what Michelle Obama speaking the truth about Donald Trump failures as president, his disastrous agenda, his lack of character, that is all clear, it's all evident, and it's all true. But she didn't stop in just the section of the speech we watched. I want to check out a little bit more from that speech because it's so incredible.
But it is an undeniable fact that we live in a more perfect union than when we started, when most of the folks in this room couldn't vote because they weren't a man or white or a landowner. It is an undeniable fact that my mother, who I lost this year, wasn't welcome at department stores as a young woman. But for 8 years, she had the best view in America from her room in the White House. America, it is an undeniable fact that my mother's journey, that Delphine's journey, that all of our journeys were possible only because of people who fought for it and bled for it and protested for it and, yes, voted for it. That's how it works in this country. We've got to vote. We got to vote. quickly, but we do not cast our ballots, the people who win those elections will not assume that we care. They'll assume that we don't. They will assume that we are happy to hand our power over to them. See, our absence will not make those in charge hear us better. And I've been at seats of power. I know how they think. See, instead, our absence will be taken as our consent. They will take our indifference as part of their mandate to do whatever they want. Folks, the process will go on with or without you. Decisions will be made, judges will be appointed, laws passed. So we have 3 days, y'all, to make a difference in this election and take part in the process. And here in Pennsylvania, a very special state y'all are in, you can do that by voting on Election Day, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., y'all. And if you have a mail-in ballot here in Montgomery County, you can drop it off at a ballot drop box until 8 p.m. on election night. You can find the nearest location at iwillvote.com. If you don't know that, write it down. So make your plan. And after you've made your plan, after you've voted, I want to ask you to ask yourself if you can do something to help other people, to get out the vote for other people, because what you do over these next 3 days will absolutely make the difference, y'all. Let me give you just a sense. 4 years ago, the presidential race in Pennsylvania was decided by about 80,000 votes. Now, that may sound like a lot, but this is a big state. And when you break those numbers down, that's less than 9 votes per precinct. Yeah, just 9 votes per precinct determine who won Pennsylvania's electoral vote. The same year in Iowa, there was an entire congressional district decided by 6 votes. 6 votes, y'all, that's your group chat. That's your fantasy football league, or at least half of it. So just think about it. Maybe you and your friends can swing the whole presidential election. That is possible. That is the power. That is the real power that you have, especially in the state. So here's my advice. If you're feeling anxious, if you're wringing your hands about what's going to happen on Tuesday, I want you to recognize that you have the power to make all the difference for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. So here's my questions. Are you going to sit around and complain? Or are you going to do something for Kamala Harris? Look, if your brother or your boyfriend are hemming and hawing about voting, are you willing to have an uncomfortable conversation with them to lift up Kamala Harris? Can you do that? If you have an extra afternoon tomorrow or can take the day off on Tuesday, are you willing to knock on some doors to lift up Kamala Harris? If you have a car, are you willing to drive folks to the poll to vote for Kamala Harris, y'all? This is what it's going to take, Pennsylvania. All of us doing our part. All of us putting on our polka-dotted headbands and getting our hands dirty. See, that's how we move past the shadows and into the light. That's how we usher in a new generation of leadership. That is how we manifest our love for each other, for our children, and for this country. And yes, that is how we elect the next president and vice president of the United States, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz.
That is the important closing message that we have to continue to deliver in the final hours of this campaign. And it's what we're going to be talking about every single minute of every single hour on this show. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button. You can leave a like on this video. And if you're stuck around to the end, you can drop a blue heart in the comments. And if you have already voted for Vice President Harris, let us know in the comments where and when did you vote. We all want to thank you. I voted yesterday, couldn't be prouder, and I'm going to keep talking about that. And until next time, I'll see you soon.